Okay, 2,
And turn that
3,
radio off now.
live.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everybody. Julia Sansevere. Welcome. We're on Facebook Live. The Martin County Difference, August 23rd, Wednesday night. Thank you for tuning in. And please share and like the show. It's going to be a great one tonight. A little bit intense. We've had some things happening in our world that are kind of crazy. And you know, we're dealing with it. But my heart goes out to everybody out there who's been dealing with their losses through these last 2 weeks with Charlottesville and Barcelona. And I'm out to make a difference in the community and one by one in the world. And I've got a great show tonight with Cindy and Todd Cooper, who are a wonderful family who are doing that through their foundation. It's the Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles Foundation. And they're going to be in here in the studio in a minute with me.
Okay, 5 seconds.
And 5 seconds to the radio. So stay tuned. We're going on the radio at 14:50 a.m.
The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of WSTU Digital 1450. The opinions expressed are those of the program hosts and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julia Sansevere.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining in tonight. I'm Julia Sansevere, and it's Wednesday, August 23rd. We are live on Facebook as well as on the radio at 14:50 a.m. and also on WSTUTV.com. And yes, I am a realtor here in Stuart at Coldwell Banker in the Treasure Coast. In fact, yes, your dancing realtor, who will help you dance to the closing table in record time using my skill and expertise and knowledge. And this is a radio talk show with a heart where I speak with people who are making a difference in our community to make this a better world for all of us. We are spreading positivity, folks, and tonight's show is certainly about that. I will be speaking with Cindy and Todd Cooper tonight, and we will learn all about their organization, the Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles Foundation, which was named for their darling daughter, Brianna. So please share this on Facebook, like it, share the page, share the show, and gather around and get ready for a great show. It's been a couple of weeks since I was here live in the studio. I was in Orlando last week at the Florida Realtors Conference, and I would like to thank Maria Wells. She is the president of our Florida Realtors organization. She put on a magnificent conference with her leadership team. Hi, Maria. I hope you're out there listening. We had top-of-the-line educational seminars and teachers, and oh my goodness, we had 3 incredible inspirational speakers, and I just wanted to tell you about it because it blew my top off. We had none other than A-Rod, yes, Alex Rodriguez from the New York Yankees, yep, and Damon John from Shark Tank, and George Blankenship from Apple. He's a CEO of Apple before, The Gap, and Tesla. And they were simply amazing. They were so inspiring in their climb to greatness and the top of their game. And in a nutshell, they all spoke about that, about their individual rise to the top and their struggles along the way. You know, falling from grace in baseball.
Yeah, you can't move ahead until you fall behind.
I would say so, yeah. And these gentlemen, you know, most of them, 2 out of 3, I'd say, had a big setback. Damon John went through a divorce, you know. A-Rod went through being suspended and out of the game for a year, but he came back strong. George Blankenship, just amazing. I don't think he's ever had a problem, but he certainly had his struggles with helping his daughters move ahead in the world and get their homes and establish their families. So they were just wonderful. They all spoke about that, and my big takeaway was, which was the theme of the conference, thanks to Maria, her 2 words were dream big. That was her creative stamp on the whole affair. And she anticipated what George Blankenship summed up in his closing remarks, which was, he said this, he said, in 2 to 5 words, how are you going to change the world? I thought, so I know her 2 words were dream big. That pretty much summed it up. George told us that Steve Jobs did not set out to make a phone or a computer. He didn't really, wasn't thinking about just a device or two, which are 2 things we can't live without, and of course never had before. He created something and created the demand, and now we can't live without them. But he dreamed big. He wanted to change the world. That is what George told us, and he did. So I thought about my 2 to 5 words, and I came up with spread positivity.
Okay, 2 words.
2 words, and you could even go down to 1, positivity.
Yeah.
And so through this radio show, that's what I hope I can keep doing. I've been doing it, and to bring out the positive people and the things in this world that are great, and drown out this negative noise that we have in the world today. I mean, unbelievable. The carnage and the heinous acts in Charlottesville and Barcelona. My heart, my condolences go out to all those injured, anyone killed in that, both places, just awful. And the murderers should be tracked down to the ends of this earth, and eye for an eye, that's all I can say. It's just unbelievable what's going on out there, and one thing leads to another. They used airplanes at first, then trucks, now cars, so God only knows what's next. And for the animal in Charlottesville, nothing can be said, and it's just awful. So I want to shed a good light on the good people and the good things in this world and in this life, and I will keep doing that. And so one of those things is how this show came to be, is Dancing with the Martin Stars. I want to give a shout out to Aubrey Campbell and everybody over there at Martin County Healthy Start Coalition, and I want you guys to go to mchealthystart.org and help them have a great year. They have a big function called Dancing with the Martin Stars, and that's where I got started with this show. And you have to dance and you have to raise money all at the same time. And so September 23rd at the Lyric is where that's happening, and you can still be a sponsor for one of the dancers. You go to the MC Healthy Start tab and the website mchealthystart.org, and then you go to the Martin Stars tab, Dancing with the Martin Stars, and vote. And you vote with your dollars. So 25 votes, 50 votes, 100 votes, that's $100.
Yeah.
And you help create healthy babies in Martin County through this organization. It's really, really wonderful. And you don't want to miss it. It's a real happening. And I was in it last year. And you can see my dance on YouTube. Hence the Dancing Realtor. I did the Latin Hustle. I have no clue what I was doing that night, but I did it. It was kind of like all in a fog. But it was a lot of
muscle
fun.
memory. I mean, because
it was muscle memory at that time. That's right.
Yeah. I mean,
I practiced all summer.
Practice.
And then Elliot, sweet Elliot, led me around the floor. So I started the show to raise the money and raise awareness, and I kept doing it because I do have a broadcast background, and I've enjoyed meeting the people who are the 501c3 organizations and the people who run them. And so we've got a Facebook page and a group, a YouTube channel, and now on iTunes, podcast, all by the same name. Yeah, I made it easy. It's called the Martin County Difference. Just search that,
Yeah.
And you can follow me personally on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I have a Facebook page for real estate, and it's got great articles there for sellers and buyers. That's Julia Sansevere, Florida Waterfront Specialist. And then my website, you could search my listings. Got a bunch of featured listings there, but that's juliasansevere.com. And I'm right here in Stuart, and we're in downtown Stuart, and we're just up the road at Monterey and US 1, and I'm always in my car, so call my phone at 772-919-1385. And just real quickly, this is my little sponsorship part of the show. Got to pay for it, folks, sorry. So I do have a few featured properties. I really am excited. I've got a whole string of properties on Highland Road, right across from the Kane Center. I've got 4 vacant lots that just came on the market, $37,500 for each. You can build a single-family home on that. That's amazing in Stuart, to have. Yeah. That's a good price. There's 3 of them that are 75 feet by 110 feet, and then there's one big one that's 90 feet by 100. And they can all take a house. They're residential, and you can even have chickens there. I think it's like a little mini estate part of Stuart. And I'm having an open house there at the house next to it and the lots on August 29th. So next Tuesday from 9:30 to noon. So come on out and see me. I might have a lemonade stand for you there. And it's in Tropic Breeze Estates, so we might even have tropical breezes. I hear those are very delicious. Whoa. Yeah, with a little kick to them. And then do you
get the little umbrella too?
Yeah,
okay.
and I'll be sitting under an umbrella.
Okay.
But we'll have little umbrellas. And then on Dyer Point Road, just real quickly, 1470 and 1639 Dyer Point Road in Lighthouse Point, 2 great homes there. So look on my page and you'll find them. And then a nice condo in Hutchinson Island. So please take a look at all that. And one little note I found this week, Florida is still the leader in international real estate sales. So yeah, come on Canadians. And then California and Texas.
Right.
And several towns in Texas were named as the fastest growing cities in the United States.
Yeah.
Like out of the top 10 cities, I think 5 of them were in Texas. I couldn't believe it. New Braunfels was one, which I love. I used to go there and shoot the rapids because I went to school in Austin. It's great.
Okay.
But so that's my way of sponsoring the show, and then I just want to give a shout out to my sponsors, TC Palm Home Inspections. Thank you so much, Gary Mulca and Terry, his wife, for sponsoring my show. They are family-owned and operated home inspection. So here's another little part of the show to tie into real estate is they will do an inspection for you before you list your home, and I always encourage a seller to do that because you'll find the things that are quirky or maybe just not quite right that a buyer will find later and use against you. So you want to go ahead and eradicate any problems and anything that needs to be fixed. So they can be reached at tcpalmhomeinspections.com, or you can call Gary at 772-678-8133. That's 772-678-8133. And if you need a new car to go with that new house, you just want to go on over to Audi Stewart. Ooh, luxury meets the road. You'll be treated like royalty because they are right on US 1, and that is their mark of excellence. They received the Magna Award, which is amazing. It's this customer service award. They're the only outfit of Audi to receive that in their first year of business. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, and Devin Carlson is the general manager, so when you meet him, tell him you heard about it on the Martin County Difference. And they're open every day, so drop on by, or you visit them online at audistewart.com, or call them at 772-214-3900. And real quickly, when I was in Orlando, I want to give a shout out to some Stewart vendors. We put together a getaway weekend basket for Stewart for all the different realtors all around.
Cool.
Yeah, so somebody from Jacksonville purchased the one coming here, which is awesome. She's going to have a good time. So I really want to say thanks to the Old Colorado Inn, to Stephen Vitale. He donated a night. And then also Sneaky Tiki. I want to thank Drew Pittman, his restaurant there, and his delivery service. Thanks for that. The Gafford, Rick Wilson, one of my favorite restaurants. The Boathouse Restaurant, Pepe Mozillo, thank you for that. A certificate to the Boathouse, right on the river. The Vine and Barley downtown, they donated a certificate. And Kilwin's, my favorite. And of course I had to have some while I was there.
Of course.
But they donated a treat for 2. Thanks Ashley Whidden, the manager. And as I finish up, my guests are coming in, Cindy and Todd, so thanks. Come on in, guys, and take a seat. And they're so sweet. They're kitties here. Come on in, Riley and Brandon. Okay, and then golf. Thank you, Beth Davis at Monarch Country Club, for a golf foursome. And boating, thank you so much, Ed and Sherry Westervelt. Sherry's a member of Women's Council of Realtors with me, and she and her husband own Premier Boat Club, and they did a boat rental located at Manatee Marina. And then 2 passes to the Florida Oceanographic Coastal Center on Hutchinson Island, and shopping downtown at Go Fish. Thank you, Judy and Chris Farley. And also thank you, Argento Jewelry, Saks Handbags, Anna Capri Activewear, Solari Sunglasses store, all downtown. I'm trying to get everybody to go downtown and thank you to those stores. And a beauty treatment at Sheer Perfection. So thank you very much, one and all, for contributing. You made a great statement for Stewart, and and we are becoming, you know, we were the friendliest little coastal town.
We still are.
Yeah, we still are.
But we've got that moniker.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, and we're the Sailfish capital, and now we have friendly vendors downtown. And next week, Care Bag is going to be on the show, so remember to tune in again next week and tell all your friends. And now, hello, Todd and Cindy Cooper. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, and I want to thank Christina Stamper for helping arrange that. Christina is with Molly's House and has her own organization called Madison's Miracles, and has been on the show. And she said, have you heard of Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles Foundation? I'm like, no. So I looked it up and tried to get Cindy and Todd on the show before, but you guys were so busy with a function you were having, an event. So we said, don't worry, you know, the show's going to go on, so you can come on another time. But out of tragedy, a horrible accident, you turned your adversity into positivity. And I spoke with you on the phone yesterday, and I said I was going to do my best not to get emotional, but I certainly did yesterday, because what you've been through, no parent should have to go through. And I want to just introduce your children here. Your other children are here. Go ahead. Brianna's not here, I'm sorry. Briley. They're all B's.
She is
She
here.
is here. That's right.
Yes.
We talked about that.
She is here.
She's here. But Briley and Brandon, right?
Yes.
Right.
Say hi. You're on camera up there. See? Say hi.
There's
So
Brandon
we
on
did
his
talk.
radio, the
Yeah,
TV.
yeah, and we talked about Brianna being here, being all around us.
Yes.
So, and the butterfly is the symbol, right? There we go.
It is our symbol.
Yeah. And so I asked you if it would be okay to talk about what happened. And of course you have a website and you have a Facebook page. So everybody should go there and look, because there's great information about how you can help. But in your own words, how we talked about, you know, what happened with that night, and on from there.
I'm going to go ahead and let Todd start with what happened, because he was actually the one that was there. I was the mom that received that horrible call.
Yeah.
Well, we were coming back from dinner. Cindy was at a work function.
Right.
And just pretty much out of nowhere, this guy ran a red light and hit us, split my car in half. Everything okay?
Yeah.
It's feedback.
Yeah, we got a little feedback, but we're okay.
Well, it's hard to
Yeah,
concentrate.
no, it's in our headphones, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's loud coming through the headphone. Can you turn this one off? Something, if you're not wearing it, you're hearing it. Oh, you know what? It's on your phone.
I already turned that off. There's no.
Is it? No? Okay. There we go. Let's get that straight before we continue.
Was that you?
No,
Okay.
I can hear.
That's better. No?
Oh, no.
Nope. And we've got the delay. So sorry, folks.
All
Hang
right,
on.
all
Hang
right.
on. Gonna get our technical
Okay,
difficulties
you are
straightened
hooked
out.
up. What is this one? Oh, that's this, right? Okay, so, all right, so we'll get rid of that.
We're local.
All right.
And we're small, but we've got a good heart. And thank you, Frank, for still hearing it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just for us. It's just in our heads.
It's all in our heads.
Is it this?
Ah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So I said you have to turn down the volume completely. It's okay, it was your
Okay.
phone. It's okay, you can be on it, because we want people to engage on Facebook.
Yeah.
Now that we got that straightened out, you
Right.
can ask questions of Cindy and Todd and comment, and we would love for you to do that.
So you, I'm so sorry we interrupted
So,
you.
we interrupted you.
Yeah.
Well, Cindy was at a work function. We went out to dinner with my family, and when we left, I kind of made a decision, instead of going straight home, that we were going to make a quick stop, and that pretty much I turned off at Pomeroy onto 76, and that's when he came out of nowhere, hit our car, split in half. Everybody was in some kind of pain or discomfort. Bryce was the only one. He was treated and released at Martin County South, and let's see, Brandon broke his femur. Riley had some internal bleeding. I broke my sternum. We had a lot of bruises inside, and then I think we've spoken to many people afterwards, and Brianna passed away on the way to the hospital.
Okay, I didn't know that part yesterday. I'm so sorry. What I did find out is how fast this jerk was going on
We'll
Canberra
never know.
Highway. Well, it was over the speed limit, that's for sure. It was probably in the high 60s, 70s. You know, it's 50 miles an hour there, and he was well over the speed limit. And he had a substance. I said, was he drunk? You know, was he a drunk driver? But they did find substance of marijuana in his blood later.
It's never been
Determined?
really fully determined. I mean, he did have some prescriptions, medication in his system, but I think there was a lot of, I guess, for lack of a better word, but some mishandling of the blood, and we were up against a lot of challenges when we were going to court. So.
And one of the things we talked about was the challenge of court, and how many times you had to go through this. You had to live the accident the first time, and then going to court to put this derelict away. And there was a third time, I think, and you decided not to do that because it just was too much. And at some point you have to say, you know, we need to move on. And I think, and you said you settled, but what you did do was start a foundation in Brianna's name. And tell us about that, because that's where the story turns the bend in the road and gets really full of grace. And I love it.
I think what had happened was, obviously most people know that the accident was on September 29th of 2010. And Todd and I were both out of work for at least until the following new year, January of the new year. And through that time, Todd was healing. The kids were trying to get themselves back situated into daycare, and Bryce was in school and just wanted some normalcy. But mostly Martin County, you know, Palm Beach County, they stepped up huge and had helped us. They had bake sales and garage sales and fundraisers and all different things to be able to help us get back on our feet. And Todd and I both had sat down and we knew that we needed to do something. And as a matter of fact, it had come from a dream that Rena from Elevate Hope had.
Oh, yeah,
she reached
Rena.
out through a friend of ours and said, you know, I have a dream and I don't think this is for me. I think this belongs to somebody else. So another girlfriend of ours reached out and she said, I was told it's supposed to be Heavenly Smiles, and I don't know what that means, but I was like, Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles. And that was kind of the beginning of what would be today Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles. And we just knew that we wanted to be able to give back. We didn't know what that looked like completely, but we knew we wanted to help families that had experienced loss, had gone through something tragic, and that was the beginning. And actually, in the beginning, Jersey Mike's was one of the first ones that approached us, and it said, we want to help you. Do you have something going? And we said, we do. We're kind of in the works, and by March of 2011, we started the paperwork to start the 501, and they actually had come to us and wanted to do a kickoff for the foundation, and I think it was a gift from God and above. It was actually on April 9th of 2011 that they had chose, which is Brianna's birthday.
Oh.
Wow.
It could not have been more
Amazing.
perfect.
Yeah.
It could not have been more perfect. So we had a huge party, bounce houses and birthday cake and absolutely everything, and had our, you know, first of the line Brianna Cooper shirts, and we were on our way. And they had, you know, donated, and that was kind of it. That was the beginning of where we are today.
Isn't that
The community.
marvelous? Yay for Jersey Mike's. Oh my goodness. And they have good sandwiches too.
Absolutely.
But they have good hearts.
Mike's Way.
And yeah, Mike's Way, right? And I have been to them for when I'm involved in a charitable event, and they always give. So thank you, Jersey Mike's, for that. What is the event you have done? Is the 7K, and it's a family, well, how many, the 7th annual Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles, 5K, 10K. I've got the years and the miles.
Right.
When you have done this, you have people donate, right?
We do.
And they actually run.
And they run.
And they run. And are they sponsored to run? How does it work? Tell everybody out there. And when's the next one coming?
The next one, it will actually be the 7th annual run. So
Okay.
it'll be our 7th year.
Okay.
We just celebrated our 6th in April.
Okay.
The run is in April. That's her birthday. So of course
okay.
we felt like that was the best month to host it in. And so this year, or next year, it's actually, what, April 7th?
7th, yeah, April 7th on a Saturday.
This past year we had 410 people register to run.
Ooh.
We have sponsors that sponsor us, of course.
Yeah, I want to talk about your sponsors, because the sponsors are good.
Absolutely.
They are the wind beneath our wings.
They are who bring us.
They are, and you have Aqua Services, Green Lamp, I'll show you, I've got it called up here, Green Lamp Strategies, State Insurance. You have Kirchman Construction, State Farm, Frank Warren, Bank of America, Service Experts, Madison's Miracles, Christina Stanford. Thank
All of
you.
the above.
All of the above.
We also have Caps Roofing that
okay.
supports us as well.
Good.
So there's quite a few that are coming on board. There's actually even more than that that have been amazing.
That's good. Well, here's what you can do, folks, to support. If you're not a runner and you're tight on funds, but let's say you need something done in your water, call Aqua Services. Support them who support those, like the Coopers, who are an incredible family who've been through an incredible tragedy and have turned it around. You know, I never have had children, so I've only lost a parent, and I can't imagine. So I commend you for doing something like this. It's incredible, and everybody's out there listening. And a lot of people are saying hello, and they're saying they love you. Danielle Morris, I'm going to give a shout out to some of the Facebook friends. Debbie Fung Seisha, Lori Campbell Baker, she says, 2 of my favorite people. And Christina and Irene Nethery Gromes, and people are sending the hearts right now. Tiffany Marie is reacting, and Gail Ryan, thank you Gail, they're sending hearts. Thank you for sending those hearts for Brianna. And Heather Loven says, love you Coopers. And so you can go ahead and on your phone, if you'd like to respond back, you can't just don't turn the volume up. You can respond back. We're getting a lot of hearts saying we love you, we love you. And you know, Beth Ann Algie, thank you Beth Ann. Just great people right here in the studio tonight. And I knew this would be hard for me because I'm an easy touch, but this is you don't need to be an easy touch. This is a tough topic, losing a child, and we have 2 wonderful other children here. And have you been in the race to have run? Have you done that, Brandon? Yeah. How did you do? You can step up to the mic. Talk into the mic with your mom.
Did you place? Did you get a medal?
Did you get a medal?
No.
No.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how old are you, Brandon?
10.
10. Okay. And there's Briley. Briley, step up to the microphone. Did you run in the race?
Yes.
Yes. And how did you do?
I did good.
You did good. Did you
But
win
I
a medal?
didn't place.
That's okay. Well, you know what? I did this thing called Dancing with the Martin Stars last year, and I didn't win either in terms of the whole thing. But you know what I won? I won a lot of hearts and friends along the way, and I won the experience of a lifetime. So when you meet people along the way, that's winning. I really think that. And you gather all these friends, and they become part of you in your journey in life, and you never lose touch with those people. It's really wonderful, and that's the connection that we have here in Martin County that I love. And so the dancing was grueling and fun, sort of like your swimming, your practice. You're on the swim team, right?
I do swimming, but I'm not on the swim team.
No, but you're going to be?
But you will.
You will be. You're practicing. You're going to work toward that. That's right. You're going to work toward that in practice. And I said I had done that when I was a little child. Yes, I was little once. And I did that. And I think that I got first place once, but most of the time I was second or third place. But I didn't mind. I got a ribbon. I was really happy.
Yeah.
The ribbons are nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope you get a lot of ribbons.
There you go.
And how old are you?
10.
10. Okay. Are they twins?
They are twins.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Who's older? Who's older?
Who's older? Here we go.
Me by 2 minutes.
Oh!
All right. Well,
I see.
all right. So when you guys make decisions, you say, "Hey, I'm the oldest here. I get to make this final choice." Right? You're the
I may
final
be
arbiter.
small, but I
Yeah.
got a big
Yeah.
And Rena, thank you, Rena, for chiming in. She says the golf tournament is coming up.
Yes.
Please support that. Tell us about the golf tournament. Step up real close to the mic.
The golf tournament
Yes.
is actually on October 14th.
Yes.
It is at Lost Lake Golf Club
Right.
in
Down in Hope Sound.
Down in Hope Sound.
Right.
And that is an amazing time, ladies and gentlemen. We have silent auction, we have raffles, we have breakfast, we have
Oh.
lunch.
Oh.
We have a lot of fun.
And prizes.
And prizes.
Sponsors for
and
that.
trophies. And we do have our sponsors. And actually, Rena is one.
Oh, yay,
With
Rena.
Elevate Hope. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Rena. And Elevate Hope was on the show, and they just do such great work. I mean, it's just incredible. The grassroots kind of starts from a need that you see out there, and it's wonderful that it keeps going. And you and I were talking about drowning out the negative noise. So I put that in my opening remarks tonight.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that, you know, what you're doing and what this show is doing is shining a light on people like you, on RENA, on Habitat for Humanity, all these wonderful organizations, but also the you know, Madison's Miracles, the smaller homegrown ones out of a need, you know, to I think it helps us move through life and heal when we can help others. And so that's my goal, is to heal the world. There you go.
Yeah.
Spread positivity.
Spread the positivity.
Yes, and stamp out all the negative noise, because we said we like a symphony of harmony and love and peace.
And peace.
Yes.
So we have an organization that we work with down south. We failed to mention
Oh, go ahead.
that Brandon was diagnosed with cancer in 2014.
What? Yes. Aw.
So in 2014, our organization had kind of morphed a little bit from Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles to Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles Sports Great Things.
Ah.
So great things, you're doing great things, we're doing great things. So we were in touch with an organization down in West Palm through the hospital, The Post,
Okay.
which is the Pediatric Oncology Support Team.
Mm.
We spoke about this yesterday. We
Right.
had a family that was in need, that
Yes.
a young man that had a reoccurrence of the cancer and was not in good health. And they had asked Todd about possibly helping with some, needs that they had. And it wasn't exactly, all organizations have their own specialties. And ours is helping in the ways of, financial assistance, whether it be, unfortunately, funeral expenses, food, different things,
Yeah.
that for tragedy. And she had needed some furniture.
Mm.
So I said, well, we do know an organization up here. I can reach out to her. I said, but I'm going to let you know, if I reach out to her, she's going to have this in less than an hour.
Be ready.
Be ready, it's coming. And no
Like
lie.
a tsunami.
No lie, I reached out to Rena,
Yeah.
and within 45 minutes, I had a dining room table with four to six chairs.
Oh my gosh.
And a couch that was at, actually, I think it was at Brian Minority, wasn't it the chiropractor? Wasn't the couch at the chiropractor's house? Yeah, Majorities, yes. So we had Brandon's doctor's appointment the morning, and we had already made plans with the parent that we were going to bring this furniture to the house.
Yeah.
And it's like a Wednesday night, typical Martin County weather, afternoon thunderstorms.
Oh yeah.
Loaded everything
Adam
up.
today.
Yeah. Loaded everything up in Todd's truck with some friends of ours that help us with the organization. And they loaded the table, went by the Majority's house, picked up the couch, and dodged lightning bolts the whole way there
Oh my gosh.
to deliver this furniture so that this family would have furniture to be able to have their family come and spend time. It did have a sad ending. He did end up passing away, but his family and friends were able to be there with him at the house, had a couch to sit on and a dining room table. Someone bought them a brand new coffee maker. I mean, it was amazing. Mugs that they were, Todd and Bryce and John and our friend Brian had went and delivered, and it was just amazing. And I'm
Wow.
calling, is everything okay? Are you guys okay? Did the
That's
furniture get wet?
yay for Rena, and she's putting some hearts across the screen. Thank you so much, Rena, for all you've done. And Aubrey Campbell just joined. Hey, Aubrey, I gave you a shout out. Now, this is the one. You've got to go to mchealthystart.org and vote for your favorite dancer. I've got a few friends in. I won't say who I'm supporting, but there's a few. They've been on the show.
Right.
So you know who.
Right.
No initials. Rosie Shepard, John Gonzalez, Randy Piddington. Oh, did I name a few? So, these organizations are so special. And I'm from a big city, Houston. I lived in New York City. And I suppose there are wonderful organizations there, but it's just lost in the cacophony of, the traffic noise and hustle and bustle. And it's nice that here in Martin County we can really truly look at each other, get to know each other, help each other. And that really is, I think, truly the way to world peace. I'm sorry. I mean, I sound like maybe, Pollyanna, but if you break down those barriers and you aren't so judgmental, I mean, we talked about, somebody being very grumpy that you witnessed in a clinic waiting in a doctor's office, yes, and it's like, what was that all about? It's like, you're here to get help, and she was kind of grumpy and harumphed around, and it's you just have to chill out, breathe, and it's going to all be fine.
That's right.
And
That's
I know
right.
we all get stressed.
Breathe
but,
through it.
Yeah, but when you've been through something like you've been through, somebody getting delayed on their doctor's appointment or having to wait for the train an extra 5 minutes, we have to weigh these things in the ultimate, race of life? Does it really matter? And so I think about that when I talk to people, such as the Cooper family, and and the hearts going across the screen are incredible. Vicki Sawyer loves this family, and Mary Giambalvo. So you know all these folks?
My neighbor.
Your neighbor. She's put up a lot of butterflies. And Matthew Phillips. We love the Coopers. So glad I'm able to be a part of their family and able to help others. Thank you so much. And Aubrey says, hi, Julia. Hi, Aubrey. Thank you for what you do, Aubrey, to help babies, because, at least we get them to have a healthy start in Martin County. And don't forget, September 23rd, I'm still going to plug my home boys and girls, because Martin County Healthy Start Coalition is where this show all got started. And I am so deliriously happy. You said, it sounds like you're having fun. And I said, yeah, once a week. This is the hump night for me. And it is great. I really I look forward to Wednesdays. I was like, who's going to be on the show? And what are we going to talk about? And so sometimes it's a little tough. We had Tent City Helpers here the week before I went to Orlando. And, that's a tough topic, homelessness, and that we actually have it. And so look on these folks' websites and on their Facebook pages. And your Facebook page is Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles Foundation on Facebook, right?
bcoopersmiles.com.
And that's bcoopersmiles.com is the website.
Yes, and Facebook. Sorry.
Oh, and on Facebook, I thought it was
No, that's right.
It's right. Brianna Cooper. Yeah, the whole thing but B Cooper, because I wanted to go to your website, and if anybody's out there, it's bcooper.com. You said
bcoopersmiles.
bcoopersmiles. Yeah, bcooper's something else. And I had it up here before.
Cooper for sale. No, it's for sale. Oh, for sale. You're for sale.
Oh, B Cooper is for sale. You could get the domain name. Yeah, there you go. So your story and about you, your events and testimonials, and shopping and donating, and beautiful photograph of Brianna there. Yeah, and you're bringing heavenly smiles to parents and families when they need it most. That's what's your motto. And through the donations on the website, so you can help, just like Rena does, with really providing that assistance right then and there, not waiting for a government program, qualifying, whatever. It's, you got the need, we got the goods.
There it is.
So I think that is it.
Do you have like an annual budget? You've been doing this for enough years, you pretty much can anticipate and grow your budget. Do you have like numbers that you can share with us?
I wish I had exact numbers.
No, I'm not looking for exact
I do know that we have probably at this point raised just over 200,000 or 300,000, I would
Wow.
say.
Yeah.
And we give away each year scholarships to the local high school students.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted you to talk about that.
So,
Yeah.
what ends up happening
amazing.
is our high schoolers that are seniors have an opportunity to, they have a registry that they go to, lack of a better word, I don't exactly know, that they go to, that they can start applying for everything. Like
Right.
Todd would say, you hit at everything and you hope some of them stick.
Right.
Ours is a little bit more specific because they have to have lost a direct family member, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. There have been situations where if it has been a very close grandmother, we have looked at it, but it is a direct. So they apply at the beginning of the school years. Usually we get those scholarships in somewhere around December, right around there. And by March, we let them know we let the school know who's been selected. And then we go to the scholarship nights at the local schools. And we've given away anywhere from 5 to 7 a year. And we are in Jensen Beach High, Martin County High, and in South Fork High. South Fork, of course, is Brianna's home school, and that's where Bryce is attending now as a sophomore. And last year was kind of that bittersweet. He would have been a freshman, and she would have been a senior. And we watched a lot of. We were blessed enough to get tickets to go to the graduation, and watched her classmates cross the stage. That was not an easy night.
No,
I would say
not
not.
at all.
Because she would be 18.
She would be 18.
This coming birthday?
Actually, she would be
just
18 now.
Already now, right?
She was, yes.
Because it's been 7 years and she was 11?
She was 11.
Wow.
But to answer your question, it's kind of hard to budget what the needs are
Sure,
out there.
right.
I think that's probably
Yeah.
a difficult, because there's times as more people know about us and reach out, and almost never is it the family who actually suffered the loss. You know, I think in some cases we've never given families a dime, but we've heard some good stories. And I just want to mention, obviously, Brianna and now Brandon. They're the stars of the foundation, and but our family's done other things. We've been through some other tragedies. We lost Brianna first at 11, my grandmother at 106.
Wow.
A few months after that, that was September, and then April. My mother passed away that Thanksgiving, and then a few years later he was diagnosed. And we don't say that to maybe to gain support for the foundation.
Yeah.
We don't say it. We do say it so people out there that are suffering can go, all right, they made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I mean, you know, when you know you're not alone, you can get through things so much better and easier. And how are you doing?
Good.
Good? All
Cancer
right.
free.
Oh my God, let's hear it. Woohoo!
Right.
Let's get some hearts across the screen for that, you guys. Please send your hearts and your love for, oh my gosh, Brandon is cancer free. Yeah, that's a big smile right
that
there.
smile.
I
We
love
love
that
that
smile.
I think a pastor early on said that, and we kind of take it to heart, but you wouldn't ask your mechanic to tune your piano. So I think we've been through some things, and when people reach out to us, we're able to draw on that experience and really help some people. So I mean, I think that's what we're out to do.
Wonderful, thank you. And you know, Rena is your cheerleader. She's out there, and she said, you know, make sure you go to the website. They have sweatshirts and T-shirts for sale. That can help the families. And the website has a donation button as well. So just pay it forward. So you know, we just need to help each other in this life. And Julie Vittori says, limitless kindness from this family. You're amazing, and you really are. Julie was on the show with Tent City Helpers, so thank you, Julie. And Susan Gajewski, my friend, I just saw her in Orlando. She lives up at the Villages now. So we've got some folks on from around Florida. And Lisa Bologna says, whoop, whoop, Brandon. Hashtag great things. That is so great. And Paula Crumpler says, I love Brandon. He makes me smile. How about that? You're making people smile, too.
Thanks
That's
for
right.
your face on in here.
And this one.
And Briley's just in the
Briley.
background taking a nap.
She's so tired from swimming. But Heather Lovan says, Todd and Cindy, you're amazing. You always put others above you. Just amazing gifts from God. And Aubrey also had chimed in. She said, the Coopers have always been very supportive of Healthy Start, too. Thank you for all that you are doing for our community. And so, you know, everybody loves the Coopers, Matthew Phillips, and it's just great. So thanks, everybody, for chiming in. We have such a meaningful topic tonight. If you've lost a loved one, you know the pain of loss. But when you lose a child, if you're a parent, there's just no parent should bury a child. And, I mean, it's bad enough what's the other way around. You know, I've got my mom left, and she's 91. I can't imagine your grandmother lived to 106 is amazing. So hello to my mom out there, 91, if she's listening. Sometimes she tunes in, but she hadn't figured out the whole Facebook thing yet, so somebody has to be there with her to, like, turn it on.
She
So-
still has like 10, 11 more years left.
Yeah.
Good years in her.
Yeah, she does. I told her, I said, if Jerry Lewis can live to 91 and smoke like a chimney and drink like a fish, you've got at least another decade to go.
Oh,
right.
God
They're
bless Jerry
living
Lewis.
longer today. People
They
are
are.
living longer.
They are.
really are.
Thank goodness. And God bless Jerry Lewis.
Right.
And God bless you. You just have
God
a
bless
sneeze
you.
there.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really grateful to have you guys in the studio tonight. And tell us about, okay, you've got the this October is the event
For
The
golf.
for
golf
golf.
tournament.
And it's
Yeah.
at Lost
It's at
Lake.
Lost Lake,
And that date is
October 14th.
October 14th.
It starts
Okay.
at 9 a.m., but breakfast is at 8. And we
Okay.
just practice shots.
Okay, so go on the website and they'll find, and join their email list, everybody. Just go to becoopersmiles.com. Go to the website and follow them on Facebook. All of the story is up there. You'll be amazed. You'll cry. And you'll laugh at all the good things, too, that it'll warm your heart and make you smile, I should say, rather than just laugh. But The golf tournament is coming up, so that's one thing you do in the fall, and then in the spring in April for her birthday.
We'll have her birthday run.
The birthday run, okay, and you have different levels. What do you have? You have a 5K.
We have the 5K, the 10K,
And 10K,
and
and
the
a 2K
walk.
family walk. I could do that.
Yes, absolutely.
I could do that.
And it's right in River Forest.
So I was going to ask you, where is it?
We have done it for, well, this year we had, like I said, 410 runners, and it was absolutely amazing. And it's in our community, because that's, of course,
In River Forest.
the funny
Okay.
thing is when we first did this, I think, was it the first 2 years, or the 1 year we did it at Halapatioke, and Todd mentioned doing it in the neighborhood, and I'm like, well, that's crazy. And then the next year we had like a meeting, and they're like, I think we should have it in the neighborhood. Todd, I think we should have it in the what? It's like, he's like, Cindy, I said that, and you were like,
Didn't hear you. There was an echo. What was it? You know.
Oh, she heard me.
it's just one of those things.
How neat.
We've been married 19 years. from Monday.
Congratulations.
So,
Oh,
19
happy
years.
anniversary.
We have to learn how to,
How
he
to-
tunes me out sometimes. I have to tune out too.
Oh, yeah, that. La,
So I
la,
just
la,
turned it
la,
off.
la,
What-
la.
what'd you say?
There's a lot of love in this room. I can see that. A lot of love in this family. So registration opens January 2nd, 2018.
And I may even open it sooner than that.
I think so, yeah.
I think I need to get,
Get
it's
it going.
it's open. It's not live or anything, but it is
Right.
up, kind of in a draft
Right,
mode,
right.
so that I could work on it. I was actually working on mine while I was helping Christina get her set up for Medicine
Okay.
Miracles.
Ah.
So while I was helping her work through the process, I
Right.
started to update mine. So
I'm impressed with
We're
everybody
gonna go out.
organizing these races and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I
That's
was
a lot of
thinking
work.
only the New York City
Yeah.
Marathon could handle this, but
And-
you guys are a family.
And who's your staff? This is
This is it.
Yeah,
This is it. Well, no, I have
Head
I
volunteer right here.
Todd helps me. I have a group of them. I have Casey Brush, Lori Baker, Lissa Pfeiffer,
Oh, good, yes.
Annette, and Brian, and Mary, and Joe. We've got a whole group. Missy Campbell and John.
Oh, yeah.
John. He's parking for the run.
Missy
Oh.
Campbell is a
Missy
school
Campbell, she's
teacher.
school teacher,
Yeah.
and she was dancing with. She was actually
she
looking
did it?
at thinking about doing it or something. I
Oh,
heard something, but
okay.
she just had surgery on her arm.
Oh, well,
So,
maybe next year. If I'm still around, come on the show, Missy.
Yeah, she's she's my golf chair, so she helps me
Oh.
get golf up and running. Her and her daughter Leanne are
Good.
huge with that.
Okay.
Um,
And this is, just so people know, go to the website, but River Forest Clubhouse is where this will
Start.
at 9050 Southwest Pennsylvania Avenue.
Goes right through the community, around the lake. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, it sounds
There's
wonderful.
There's all level trophies and prizes and
Yeah.
all different types of fun
And
stuff.
what's the swag? I love this. The whole title
the
is
swag? That's that swag bag that you get to fill with coupons and fun stuff.
Okay, for the sponsors to know about that,
Yeah,
right?
they get to
help
put their
you
stuff
out,
in with the different
right?
sponsor levels. I don't
Right.
have those listed yet, but
Okay.
we will soon. We
you'll
always
have-
love our sponsors because they help with our mile signs and,
Directional, water
everything.
stations,
water
things like that.
stations,
Right,
you
right.
name it.
And there's special pricing for fire, rescue, and police and military. And it's a $5 discount because they give service and dedication to our community. Let's hear it for our responders. Yeah,
Yes.
our fire, rescue,
Amen.
and police and military. Couldn't have this world without them.
Right.
And what does it cost for somebody to sign up on their own?
I think it's a $25 for the 5K,
Okay.
and I believe the 10K is $35 right now, right?
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Well,
right.
there's a questions button. So if you have questions like
There
that.
they are.
There they are. And they'll
And the
answer
2K
them.
walk, I think, is like $30 for the whole family.
Oh, wow, that's great.
The only difference is the 2K walk doesn't include the shirts, whereas the run actually includes the shirts.
Okay.
And you're
Oh,
running
yeah,
this
and
year, Cindy? They're asking you on
Are you
Facebook.
running?
I don't know, I better start
Ah.
training now.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And Alyssa, come on. Alyssa, she has to do the 2K. Rena's saying, come, Cindy, run the 10K.
Oh, Rena, if you
Rena.
run the 10K, I'll run the 10K.
And Lissa's
we'll carry
saying-
each other.
Yeah,
Right.
Lissa Marie's saying, Rena, be nice.
That's not even right.
You just have to cross the finish line, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can take wheelchairs.
There you go.
Oh. Hey,
Take one and just take it across.
my brother-in-law, Sam Massey, just joined. He's in Houston, Texas. Hi, Sam. Sam, this is the most wonderful, loving family, the Coopers. And I know you'll play the show back, but in a nutshell, if anybody's joined us late, the Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles Foundation is the organization we're talking about that tonight. The Coopers lost Brianna, their daughter, in an awful car accident. It's been since 2000, when?
11.
11, you know.
10.
2010 it happened,
Yes.
right?
This will be 7 years.
This will be
September.
7 years, right. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. Because you're here and we're here to support you, and we're shining a light on people and spreading positivity in the world to shout down the negative noise. And we've got wonderful people joining us on Facebook, like Rena, who she says her feet only come off the ground for pedicures.
Mine too. Mine too.
That's great.
I've never heard that before.
I like that. I'm
That's
gonna
a
have to
good one.
use that.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And Annette Seymour is laughing. She thinks that's pretty funny. And Terry Molka, thank you for the heart. She's reacting to the video, and we're having people laughing across the screen. So this is a great night. You know, if you've experienced the loss of a child or the loss of any family member, it's pretty tough. So the Coopers have made sure to help families who are going through a loss. And some of the ways you've done that is provide clothing, assistance through some of the things you've done, because I don't know everything. So tell us-
Christmas gifts,
There we go.
food, gas cards, care
Food
packages in the hospital for kids that are, you know, first starting their walk with cancer.
Yeah, and Brandon was diagnosed with cancer, but he's cancer-free now. So that was the big announcement on the show that I'm so
Big
excited about. Big announcement. And when did you find out?
We found out at his last bone marrow, which would have been in March, and his last test actually still showed cancer-free. And he's got his next bone marrow scheduled for September 21st. So we'll
This month.
get another, you know,
Good.
cancer-free report then too.
That's wonderful, wonderful news. Well, God is good, and when you give love, you receive love, and that's the whole thing. And if you don't give, you never get. So you're gonna get lots. Thanks. And we have just a couple of minutes to go. And if you have any more comments, please, you know, send them in. Matthew Phillips says, Shannon Phillips, I'll run if you do. Cindy, we can do it.
I just got a comment from Jeff Stanford, who helps organize First Priority in the schools. Jeff Stanford just reached out. He runs First Priority in all of our schools,
Okay.
introducing Christ to kids in schools. So,
I love it.
Great guy. You go to church with him. He's
First Priority is a great
definitely say
organization.
something about him. He's an awesome guy. Runs an awesome organization.
That is-
He's a sponsor of our group too. So.
Oh, thank you very much for doing that. And one thing I just wanted to say, back to the accident, which was what you teach. You do talk to children in school. You were telling me real quick, wrap it up, 30 seconds to a minute, what you tell them about.
We're actually just getting ready to start our driver's ed at Martin County, South Fork, and Jensen Beach. We
Yeah.
visit
Okay.
We visit each of the schools, and we just tell them the importance of driving safe, watching what they're doing out there, wise choices behind the wheel.
Right, because the thing the guy said was,
When I looked up, the light was green. I say, when you looked up, I just don't understand that statement, because when I'm driving a car, you're looking forward, not
yeah.
when I
Looking.
looked up.
Okay, and again, their website address is bcoopersmiles.com. Go there to donate, and see you next week on the Martin County Difference. And go to bcoopersmiles.com. I'll post it on the page. Go there and donate and help out. This is a wonderful family. Thank you, Coopers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for having us.
audience.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.